On today's episode, we're with Sharron Angle, who's running for Congress, Nevada's Congressional District 2. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mitch. It's a great pleasure to be with you.
So excited to have the opportunity to get to know you, and I think what's going to fascinate people watching is that you're one of us. You got off the couch one day, not a career politician, and said, I have to make a difference, and the only way to do that is to actually take action. So how did that occur? What happened?
I'm a person, Mitch, who doesn't believe in complaining about something. I believe in acting on it. If you have a complaint, get in and try to be part of the solution. And that's really what happened. I had a complaint against the government, getting too involved with my family, and realized that it was up to me to make a difference.
You've agreed to take us on the campaign trail to show somebody that wants to get involved and to make a difference, how they can become involved in government rather than just complain about it. And I'm really excited to do that. So where is that going to start?
One thing I love in life is being able to teach, and so I want to invite you along to experience the campaign trail with me. I think the best teaching is to lead by example. So we're going to take a trip across Nevada, across Congressional District 2, and we're going to see what the campaign trail looks like from the beginning. Now, we're going to talk to people that are really on the inside politics or inside baseball part of politics this first part of the tour. But as we get going, I think you're going to see that anybody can do this, and really anybody should. That's what our founding fathers wanted, was a government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
I'm going to guess by the time we do this and take a tour of the political campaign trail, from the perspective of a citizen who got involved, not a career politician, that you're going to inspire a lot of people to get more involved in their government and to want to come out and show their support for you. So I can't wait to get started. Let's go.
Thank you. This is my friend, Senator James Sellmeyer.
Hello, sir. How are you?
We'll be seeing the who's who in the Nevada Republican Party tonight.
Sharron.
I'm going to get out here where I'm not so challenged by the podium. I'm Sharron Angle, running for Congressional District 2, and I want you to vote for me. I have lived in Nevada since I was 3 years old. I graduated from the University of Nevada, Reno, got married, moved out, spent 3 years in Ely, 11 years in Winnemucca, and 8 years in Tonopah before I moved back to Reno, where I've lived for the last 25 years. It was in Winnemucca that I got involved in politics, not in the usual way. I call myself the accidental candidate because my son flunked kindergarten, and a judge determined from the bench that my son could not be homeschooled if he lived less than 50 miles away from the school, even though it was the law in Nevada that we could homeschool. And that's when I decided we need to change that decision. We need a law that allows us to homeschool our children, and I set to do that. When I moved to Tonopah, I served on a school board for a term, and then when I got to Reno, I served 4 terms in the Nevada State Legislature. Probably the highlight of my legislative career, although I'm not sure that all of us felt that way. The press deemed us the Mean 15, and there are some of us here, alumni, Bob Beers and Barbara Sagaski, Ron Connect. I hired John Eastman from the Claremont Institute to come in and defend us all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, to defend our Constitution. I believe that strongly, that we have Constitution, that we need to observe the rule of law in this country, and that we need people who are able to fight the good fight. For that fight, I got the Courageous Client Award from the Claremont Institute. It's a Reagan Award from them. After my terms in the legislature, I became private citizen Sharron Angle once more. I know many of you are kind of curious what has happened since 2010 and the infamous run against Harry Reid. I've written 3 books. One of them is available back here. It's called Right Angle, One Woman's Journey to Reclaim the Constitution. It's a donation of $20, and I take checks, credit cards, cash, and gold. So if you'd like a signed copy, please come back and get one. I've also written another book, A New Angle for America, and my 3rd book will be out this month, entitled Defying Diagnosis, Choosing Faith Over Facts. It's about my grandson. Many of you may be fans of his on Facebook. He's 14 months old and he has 15,000 fans around the world. And it's because of his miracle life and the fight that we've made for his life, deeming that all life is valuable, and that we should have people in Congress that really understand that all life is valuable, and that it begins at conception to natural death, and we should not presume to take the place of our Creator in this fight. I was privileged to meet our president, and he introduced me saying, Sharron, Sharron, she's great. I believe that he should not be alone in his fight. He's done a yeoman's job with executive order and with the art of the deal, but he shouldn't have to be making deals with Republicans. And I'm not sure if many of you saw, but Mitch McConnell attacked me on national TV, and I came right back at him and said, sir, you need to resign. And I mean that. We need a strong delegation, Republican delegation in Washington, D.C. that's courageous enough to fight for the agenda that President Trump has laid out. If we want America to be great again, then we need people who are willing to be courageous, who are not making deals, but are standing firmly behind his agenda. With that, I will just say again, I'm Sharron Angle, running for Congressional District 2, and I want your vote.
I'm sure I'm not alone. That was the first time I've ever been to a party like that. You know, the kickoff of the Republican race, Republican Party, was really interesting. I think it was a little less intimidating than I expected.
I believe governing is intimidating to most people, but it shouldn't be. As we said in the very beginning when we started our tour, that this is a government where the people lead, of the people, by the people, for the people. And we should not be intimidated by our leaders. We don't have a king. We have elected representatives who are to represent us, and truly, I would ask everyone that's out there that's watched this, think about what part you can play in being a part of that good governance, because you know, each generation is responsible for the part they play in their government. And we need to make sure that the next generation is trained or willing to take over the leadership in this country. That's how we pass our principles along.
I cannot be more excited to follow the rest of this journey. This is just the beginning, and we're going to get to go on the road with you on several occasions and get to learn more about you and what you stand for, so that people, when they go into the voting booth, can pick the perfect angle, the right angle, Sharron Angle, when they see that box to check the right box. Sharron Angle for Congress. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mitch. I'm looking forward to the rest of our tour, and especially to meeting the people themselves. Now, we're going to be looking at the party for a little while, but then we're going to get into what happens when you go door to door and talk to people about how they see the issues, not how the party sees the issues, not how the government is looking at the issues, but how are the people looking at the issues that actually affect their day-to-day life, and what do they want to see their representative doing? I'm excited to show you that part.
I'm excited to share that with everyone watching, and if you want to learn more about Sharron Angle, visit SharronAngle.com.
That's right,
Thanks
SharronAngle.com.
again so much.
You're welcome.